Hello and welcome to Task 8, Week 3, Lines of Symmetry. I hope you're all well and I hope you're all keeping fit and healthy. Now, yesterday we looked at symmetry and we saw that we went through vertical symmetry, which is a line straight down the middle. So today we are going to look at multiple lines of symmetry, or lots of lines of symmetry. Now, symmetry, the word, comes from the Greek, meaning to measure together. Okay? Now, yesterday we looked at vertical, and today we're going to look at horizontal, and we're also going to look at diagonal, and we're going to look at multiple, so many lines of symmetry. Now, symmetry, what that means is that no matter how you divide the shape, the pieces will always have the same properties or be the same size. First of all, what I want you to do is to look at a short video, which is lines of symmetry through regular polygons or shapes. And regular polygons are all the shapes that we know: squares, triangles, hexagons, pentagons, things like that. Now, the learning intention today is we are learning to identify and to apply lines of symmetry. And we'll be able to do that if we can do a vertical line of symmetry and recognize that. And we know we'll be able to do that if we can do multiple lines of symmetry and recognize that the pieces are the same. Now, we're not going to use irregular shapes. That's shapes that don't have the same length, sides, and angles. We're just going to use regular shapes. So, we're going to use squares. There's a square, and we're going to cut it into equal parts. And I've cut that into parts just to show you. We're going to use triangles, and there's a triangle, and I've cut it into equal parts. I've coloured them in to make them clearer for you. Then we're going to look at some harder shapes. So we're going to look at pentagons, five-sided shape. And that's harder to cut into equal parts. And I've done it there for you. And I'll explain while I've done the colours a bit later on. And finally, there's two more. There's hexagon, six-sided regular polygon, and that's cut into symmetrical pieces. All the pieces have the same size and property. And the last one, which has infinite lines of symmetry, is a circle. Now, I didn't colour that in because I didn't have any textures. That's why I didn't colour that one in. So, difficulties that you might come across. You might find it's very hard to divide a triangle into three equal parts because I found it hard because a triangle, an equilateral triangle, you can divide it into four really easily, but three is a little harder. But have a go, see how you go. What you need paper, you need a pencil, you definitely need a rubber because you get your symmetry wrong all over the place. And you need colours, you need textures, pastels, anything like that. Now, some of the words that we'll be looking at. Equilateral, all four sides are equal. Properties, that's the thing that makes up a shape. So the sides, the angles, the faces. Symmetry, when two or more parts are identical when the shape is divided. Polygon just means shape. Regular, all the angles are the same. Irregular, some or all the angles aren't the same. Now, so you're watching the introduction polygons. You're watching me. Now, what questions I need you to answer? How do you know you're correct once you've done your lines of symmetry? What made you solve it this way? What process did you follow through? What was the best strategy? Are there rules? Yeah, there is rules in symmetrical lines. Was it an interesting activity? Did you find it interesting? How could you teach someone else symmetry? If you've got a younger brother or sister, try and teach them. Now, here are the 3-star tasks. So you can either do 1, 2, or 3. I've actually got a fourth one that I might, because I thought it was really interesting what I was doing with the symmetrical lines. So you don't have to do them all, but I want you to do at least one. The first task is I want you to draw a line of vertical symmetry through the flags attached. So I've attached the flags of various nations, and all I want is a line through the middle. Second is draw multiple lines of symmetry through the flags attached. And that's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. The third star activity is draw 5 regular polygons, like I've done, these ones here, and their lines of symmetry, and then colour the segments in. I've done a hexagon there, and I've also done a pentagon, and a triangle, and a square, and a circle. Now, my 4-star activity, which is a little extra if you want to do it, is to make a symmetry star. Now, the way you do that, you don't have to do this, but I thought it was kind of fun, is to cut out the pieces of this is cut out from a triangle, the symmetrical lines of a triangle, and make a symmetry star. And the shape it made in the middle is what? Okay, if you could upload that to me either in a Word document or a JPEG. If you've got any questions, you can contact me online or you can send me an email. Keep your brains active. Keep exercising the old grey matter. Get your parents involved. All the best. Take care. Regards.